So it's a rainy day here at the Resolution Center at the Nat Hall. Parents and wards have to go through the rains just to come in. But the rains does not deter them from trying to get placement for their wards or solving the problems that they are faced with in getting schools, other senior high schools across the country. Now, let me give you an idea of what parents and wards go through when they get to this placement center. Lord works here. He will take us through how it's done. Lord, so I've entered as a ward or a parent. What happens?
Yeah, so once you enter, the first thing we would want you to do is to have a seat. There is one of our colleagues who would give an announcement as to what and how to go about the process. Okay. The process is quite simple. Once you get here, what we would want you to do is that we would want you to we want you first to print out the document. That's either the placement slip or the result slip of your ward. Okay, so if you're a ward or parent, you come with your documents for the school in terms of your results. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, so once
a printed
document. So once you do that, we would instruct you as to how to go about the process. First, you start by writing 2 or 3 schools behind the document. Okay. Schools that corresponds with your grade. You can't choose, let's say, a grade A school. Meanwhile, your ward at either 24 or 35. Okay, so if my child had, let's say, 45, I have no business choosing a grade A school like, say, Wesley Girls Accra Academy. No, not at all. It doesn't happen that way. And they know that? Yes, they know that. So once you get here, if you are not aware of it, we'll make sure you become aware of it. We'll take you through how to choose the schools so that you don't tell us that you came here and then you choose schools and then those schools were not given to you. Okay, so that's the second part. Then what next after that? Yeah, so after that, you would remain seated to prevent overcrowding. And then we would assign someone to join or come to any of the lanes to take those sheets from you. So if after taking the sheets you still have issues with it, now you can come one after the other to the decks over there and then we would further address your issue.
It's still the sitting room. My name is Vivian Kai. Look, I'm still at the NAT offices where we have the Resolution Center for the SHS placement system. Now I'll speak to a number of parents and wards on their thoughts on the process so far. So in the background you can hear the announcer who every minute or so makes the announcements of some of the issues and how parents can resolve those issues among others. But let me speak to this parent here and see how the process has been for her so far. Ma, good afternoon. Why are you here?
Pacho, mebano unya grade 9. Na grade 9 unya school so choose. Unya the 4th choice. Enti dano anajuna or checking the school. Auntie, who wa ubesu wa me bibia yo. Ti ade ne ha me bo me yare filas na me home farm na wo se me ba. But na me home farm ti anope na my free a. Ese sa dia me ba ha. The buyer so almost say this school choose to grade 9. That was sent to the first choice. I took command the 4th choice and this is one of the man here. Accra Wesley Girls. You see our carnation that you obey day. Once you take a swap, that is the Sacolano and a pebia or Fruka no ba. I home to but not first baby or costume. Now you are cry. Near Corcaswa. It's near money but the beer. A colony baby is so simple and not a bread. According to me, perfect and not man at this young crown. A buffalo. It's not me so maintain as I didn't know Colania grade 9. No man of 4th choice. Nobody not free. Or better free baby. I want up and I saw my son to me, Bano. I got too stressed. In fact, my Subiala. Into Miss Rabbi and said, me panicho, dinner me panicho. In Colano, when you school 9, 9, there was so much being on the first and on the second choice. That's a running on the first and the second choice. And then I to me, but also be
let me speak to this lady as well. Many of you are here.
Ofana ba fembi school.
Many issue.
Ofana issue and be like non living. Ni aha le kaneshi Wesley de ni ebri. Well, in Babia, it is a big girl, national, agri memorial. Nimba Monday, that was last week Monday. The first Saturday the school came and Nimba. The same Monday. Up to date. The Mimba song. Nimba Katia last week. I got a big treba. I'm a mammy ban. I'm a hammy like a social worker. She can buy a coin mama J. Nana Kekolebu. If I am a day charm, she may be learning 11 at Chapel. I'm a 26, Mokomecha 32. I don't a brief sector H27. A Ducrum sector H32.
Okay, authority say we here.
Even I think this guy know me. Well, today came here. You were this woman again. But I've been coming last 2 years. Na kind of you be hard you can do. Ne kind of a say baby any give up ninety or you.
Wow, it will be. I
mean, all the time it's only me. 11 is bad. 11 any.
Na make school and they choose say jeme fe ya.
Every girl say like they have a sign, children sign. The one I don't have logo. So what about the national and the agreement movement? Nimba okay fine. Now I want to clap my man forget. Intelligent let them put them man forget. The woman was trying to tell me I can let. She came and but oh there is a vacancy in the school. So what? I don't think she had been a big girl. Pay what me tell you, crack girls. They can't find the case. They all can't say mistake. Never grade their paper bag.
Okay, I let you do here. Can't be bad.
They can't pay a sheet. A pepper one they can buy. Be the bajan kept up. They mean by your penny baby every day. Mean baby only I think 3 days spending back. Be an enemy take up my low man figures. Can't let a school body in your missing. Jane, I'll keep coming here.
Hello, are you a student? You're a parent? This is your cousin. Okay. So what is your challenge?
The school they gave him is a day school, and I want to change it from day to
Where? Which school is this?
They gave him La Prosec.
Where is that? Okay. La Prosec. Osu Prosec. So he got Osu Prosec day in one boarding.
One boarding.
Okay. Is that his first, second, or fourth choice?
That's his third choice.
His third choice. What is his first and second choice?
His first choice is Achimoto School, and the second choice is in John Ghana.
Okay, and he didn't get that, but you're okay with the third choice.
Yeah. But then it's a day school. We went there, they said it doesn't have boarding.
Yes, boarding.
So like it's only a day school. So we want to change it to boarding for.
So what do you mind the school they will give you for boarding, or you have a preference for the boarding school?
Oh, we have a preference to, which especially some of the schools we have many facilities and all of these.
So what schools do you have in mind for boarding?
I have St. John Grammar, I have Laboni School, and I also have St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas is a day school, like the course I want to do is science, and Aquinas is also a good school in terms of science and all of those things. So I want to.
Okay. We're going to speak to the deputy for the Free SHS Secretariat, Nanafra. She is coordinating some of the challenges that we are seeing here to get answers to some of the issues that have been raised by parents of these wards. Nanafra, welcome to the City Newsroom.
Thank you.
Your quick assessment so far of the placement system.
Okay, so far I think everything has been smooth and successful. They've brought their issue, and at the end of the day, we've been able to resolve about 80 to 90% of their issue. So I think so far so good. The program it has been good. So let me put it that way.
The last time the placement was done, we saw huge numbers. This year the numbers are pretty low from what we're seeing, even right behind us. What did you do?
Strategy. Okay, we have regional resolution centers. So if you have issue, you don't need to come to the NAT hall as well. And then we also have call center number. So if you have issue, you can call the call center number for them to resolve your issue for you. I think previous years we are not having the regional resolution center, so most of the people were traveling across the country to come to Independence Square. But this year, because we have the regional resolution center in the NAT hall, that is why the issue has.
So this year, all the 16 regions have resolution centers.
Exactly, yeah, they have resolution centers.
Right. Before I come to some of the issues that are being raised by parents, what are the challenges so far you see that are coming to your attention?
Okay, so far we have some of the challenges they are critical, and then we need to look at it. Some the assessors have been changed from male to female. For that one, it's critical. We have to look at it. And others who want change of school, change of program, that one is not an issue. Change of school can be changed in the school. Change of program too, it can be changed in the school. But change of school, it's a big challenge for us now because we don't have a lot of space in the system. And then they will come with the issue, the same issue that they've brought. We've resolved it for them, and then they are coming, they don't like the school. They want the schools to be changed to a different school. That is a challenge we are facing, but it's human nature. We will manage and deal with them.
Let's start with the male to female swaps. How did that happen?
You know, during the data entry, it comes from why they will enter it and then they will send the choice file to us. So maybe these are a few corrections. Maybe we didn't look at it, but they are not many, just few of them. But we've been able to rectify it for them.
Talking to some people who still say they've still not gotten the swap done. How easy it is to get the swap done?
Gotten it done. It's just that they have a particular or a specific school that they want to get, but we don't have a lot of space, or we don't have space in that school. So if we don't have space in the school, we will look at the choices and then we will give you one of your choices. But they are insisting, for instance, they want a brigade. So since the person has not gotten a brigade, meaning we've not resolved his or her issue for them. That is the challenge we are facing.
I'm told you have 4 grades: grade A schools, grade B schools, grade C, and grade D. So if a ward gets 6 or let's say 8, and they are unable to get their grade A school, in some cases we see you giving them grade D schools. Why is that?
No, you have 6 choices, and within the 6 choices, you choose one day school within your catchment area. So among the choices, you are capable of going to any school. So if we give you a school among your choices, I don't think it should be a problem. Or
with a child with 6 going to grade 4, is it that the grade A schools the slots are not enough, and most children did well?
Sometimes it depends on the program. They will choose science, and you know science is very competitive. We look at the sciences, and then, for instance, a lot of people want Wesley Girls, they want to go and do science. And look at the total number of people that want to go to Wesley Girls. So the system we would run the system. So after running the system, we realize that we have a lot of students in Wesley Girls. So if we go there and science, your raw score is not up to what...
Most people are getting 6 and you get 7, you won't get it.
You won't get it. So for that, we will look at your raw score. When we get the raw score and realize that the raw score too is not up to your grade A school, then we come to your second choice. Your second choice too, don't forget, is somebody's first choice. That is why it makes it a big challenge.
So it means people with that peculiar challenge are out. They will have to do the 4th choice, because somebody's first, second, and third is somebody's first choice, right?
We will look at it and deal with it. We will resolve it for them.
Okay, there's also been issues where some of the parents are saying that they paid some officials to get their kids into the choices they want. What's your reaction to those allegations of corruption?
All right, this process is free. We don't pay money to anybody. So if somebody or a third party comes in and tell you that, give me money and then I will make sure that we resolve your issue for you, please don't pay, because it's free. We are not supposed to pay. That is why I was urging parents that if you have issue, kindly come here yourself, submit your details so that we will know that you are the parent to that ward. This morning, for instance, we started calling some of the parents, but you call and then they are not responding. Others to you, they'll pick up the phone and then you mention the name of the student. They don't even know the name of the student. We have a lot of guys out there, we don't even know them. They will pretend as if they are workers among us. They will take your details and then at the end of the day, after they will be on the system checking. At the time they realize that the changes has been effected, they will call you, we've done this for you, bring the money before we pay it for you. So parents should be careful that this process is free and they shouldn't pay money to anybody.
What are you doing to get rid of such miscreants among?
We have people around, so we are picking intelligence and at the end of the day we pick them up.
Okay. Day to boarding. Some have been given day schools, they are from Greater Accra region, but posted to schools outside Accra, but as day students. How are you resolving that?
maybe they chose the school as day. We had an issue yesterday. A student wrote the exams in Accra, but because he wanted to go to Wesley Guest, he chose Wesley Guest as first choice and he chose the school as day. And he got the school. He came back and said he didn't choose the school as day, so he wanted us to change it for them. But in such situation, we will look at where you stay and we will solve it for them. We make sure we rectify all issues for them. We look at the distance, if it's far and it's within our capacity, and if there is space in the school, we will resolve it for you.
School has started. How many days more do you expect to resolve all these challenges for them to join their colleagues in school?
Oh, we've resolved about 90% or 80%.
20, there's 15 left. When are you finishing?
Oh, our team are there, they are working on it. So latest by close of this week, we'll be able to resolve it.
All right. Thank you very much, Nana Fresh. The placement system was put in place for a reason. The system was put in place to ensure that challenges like what we're seeing, we don't see that. Issues to do with fraud, corruption, and all that, we don't see that. Also, to ensure that children from less privileged schools that are also brilliant get the opportunity to go to good schools, among others. Now, the last time the placement system was triggered, we saw huge numbers at the Independence Square. Nana Afra tells us that was because at the time the Resolution Center was only in the Greater Accra region. But this year, we're still seeing the same challenges we've seen over the years. Is it time for us to get rid of this placement system? Nathan Kwao joins me to do a quick assessment of this. Nathan, what year did we start this system?
2005. This was, 17 years ago, I believe, 2005. Yes, that's when it came in.
Now, from your quick assessment, good or bad?
I think the idea is great because it was essentially supposed to open the system up, let it be fair, so everybody can have a shot at attending whatever school it is they wanted. But over the years, we've seen that the main thing that the system wanted to eliminate, i.e. human contact, we find that we are still virtually going back to it because now people have to come here and talk to officials. They have to go back and resolve all these challenges. So we see that the system in itself, in principle, is good, but the implementation has faced several challenges. You rightly mentioned last year's episode, and the Independence Square was filled. This year it is the Nat Hall, and you find that one, if you had a few more of these resolution centers spread around, maybe the load on one place wouldn't be a lot. But like I said, the principle is great. It's the implementation that seems to be having some challenges. We've heard some people say scrap the system. I say fine-tune it, because you've had several people who've managed to still go to your Wesley Girls, your whatever schools, going through the system, meaning that there are those who have a good understanding of how it works, and there are those who are struggling to understand. And that's where I think the focus should be.
Nathan Kwao, thank you very much. That's Nathan Kwao, Head of Research here at City FM, City TV.